This before you didn't talk.
Okay. I would like to call the November 21st, 2023 Wall City Council meeting to order. Will you please call roll call, Carolyn?
Welsh. Here. Morgan.
Here.
Stan Anderson.
Here.
Dan?
Can you hear us,
Here.
Stan?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You can't hear me?
I hear you.
I said I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
I can hear Stan.
We need to hear you. Otherwise it's not gonna do any good.
Can you hear me now?
We were hearing you. I don't know what happened.
You're listening to Katie instead.
Yeah, I don't either. Certain thing I can think of. Yeah. It's the only thing you did different.
Happened. We're gonna try something here, Stan.
All right.
Now, can you try saying something?
I can hear you very well.
You get your wish, Jerry.
I'd rather see Stan's video.
All right, sorry. I didn't think we needed the TVs, but obviously we do.
You can hear me now?
Turn the TVs back on, even though they're not doing what they need to do, but. Sorry, we'll continue. Houston,
Here.
Williams,
Here.
Hawk,
Here.
Mike Anderson.
Here.
We do have a form.
Okay, thank you. Let's stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. And Pacey, would you please lead it?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any order of business for emergencies?
No.
And do we have attendance on Zoom?
Councilman Stan Anderson is on Zoom.
And Katie is,
And
Awesome.
Katie, yes, with the chamber. is on
Katie
Zoom.
Bruce. Making notes. Okay. Do we have a conflict of interest to express this evening?
I'll be abstaining from number 9.
Okay, Jerry has indicated conflict with number 9. Any others? Okay, moving forward, do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the November 9th city council meeting that was enclosed in the packet?
So moved.
Okay, Mike has moved.
Second.
Jerry has seconded. Any comments or concerns? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, included in our packet also was the City of Wall claims, the fire department, and the library claims. Would I have a motion to approve if you have had an opportunity to review those?
So moved.
Okay, Dan has moved.
Second.
Kelly has seconded. Any questions? Seeing, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Moving forward to item number 9 on the agenda, pay request number 14 to Western Construction for $60,625.21. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Stan has moved
Second.
and Mike has seconded. Are there any questions or concerns about this pay request? Number 14.
On their page, it has 626. 60,626.21.
Okay, I was struggling reading that. That is such small print.
It is.
And now that you say that, I know that's what I'm paying
Okay.
the bill for is the 26th.
Okay.
Cause I got my my phone out today. I magnified it. I'm like, oh,
Yes,
thank
and
you for
on,
bringing that to me.
on the claims list, it is listed as 26.
Yeah,
So thank you, Kelly, for bringing that forward.
What was the grand total then?
$60,626.21.
Okay.
Okay, so did we have a motion to approve?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Yeah, I
Dan
second.
and Mike has seconded. Okay, thank you, Kelly, for bringing that forward. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, also for your review in the packet was included the October 11th Fire Department minutes.
Also, they turned in the November minutes just to me today, but this is a review item, so I think we can just add that on that. To review.
Okay.
They were pretty simple minutes, so.
Okay, so October and November Fire Department minutes were in the packet, the golf course financial report, the cash, money market balance, and the budget, the expense budget to date, and the revenue budget, to date. Did anyone have any questions on any of those items, that are included in the review item?
Had one just probably for Garrett, just, I see the old business, that engine 3.3 was not repaired.
It was just the air conditioner. And we took it up to, Excel. And they couldn't store it inside, and so we didn't have it completely drained, so we just
You know,
brought it back till they get the parts and then we'll take it back up, so.
okay, I just didn't know if it meant it couldn't be repaired or what.
Oh, yeah, no, just that they had ordered the parts and they weren't there and the truck was outside, so we just brought it back, so it wasn't sitting outside.
And I noticed you have a new member,
We have two new members,
too.
Gary Vernon and Brody Bryan.
I cut Brody's, Gary's, I was just thinking he's
Oh,
already.
yeah, no, they both joined us, so.
Good,
Nice.
very good.
Good to get those young people.
Okay, any other questions on the review items? Okay, moving forward, for public comments, this is a time for anyone from the public to discuss or express concerns. Pacey or Brindley, would you like to know? Okay, very good. All right, moving along then to item number 12, which is the second reading of ordinance 2303, amending chapter 17 of the zoning ordinance. This is the second reading.
I'll move to approve.
Okay, Rick has moved
Second.
and Dan has seconded. Any questions or concerns? This will be published December 6th and effective December 26th. Now that this has been the second reading, okay? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item 13 then is the second reading of supplementation of the 2023 budget ordinance. Carolyn, are you on to comment?
Well, at the last meeting, after you had approved the first reading, then it was determined that we would probably move ahead on the skid steer, so I got a motion to approve adjusting that to include that expense. And so that does reflect that expense. I tried to highlight in yellow. I don't know if it came through. So it affected, the, parks. Cause it comes out of 5 departments. And so there was enough money in the street. The parks was short already. And so I included that, and then also the solid waste department, it would affect that. So those were the only 2 changes due to that.
Okay, so this will is, the revisions that she has made. Do I have a motion to approve the second reading of supplementing the 2023 budget ordinance? So Kelly has moved
Second.
and Jerry seconded. Any other questions or concerns about the budget ordinance? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. We are having a parade of lights, and that is going to be on December 12th. Carolyn, do you have more information on this? There was a notation from Katie Bruce,
Yep,
and this is for the parade route.
her and Garrett talked it over, so Garrett probably knows it as well as.
Okay, Garrett, tell us about the
So
parade
we'll
route.
start in the parking lot at the school on the gym entrance over there. Go down South Boulevard, past Credit Union, grocery store, building center, turn on Glen Street at Common Sense. Go north all the way down to Fourth Avenue. And then take a left and go west down Fourth, and then back up Main Street and turn around and end up in front of the drugstore on the east side. So we'd have to block off, and we did it last year, and I think it worked pretty good. We blocked it off at like 4:30, I think it was. This side of Main Street, that side of Main Street, and also the end down there, so we have enough room for people to park and the parades can go through, the floats can go through, so.
And there's meals afterwards.
That I don't,
I think the Catholic Church is having a meal, and I noticed in the bulletin that, you know, looks really Catholic. I mean, but it doesn't really say where it's at.
Okay, so yes, I do understand that the Catholics are hosting their fiesta event that night. And I understand that Joe's at Salty Steer has offered to also serve some hot food. So
Yeah, there
there'll
we
be two
go.
choices. And with it being on a school night like that, that might help manage the crowds and move everybody through a little bit quicker. And so that's what it appears the options are. Correct us if we're wrong, Katie.
Nope, that's all, that all sounds perfect. That's exactly what's going on.
Okay, thank you.
so we'll also close Fifth on this side, so cars can't come through, and then also on Sixth.
So the route's protected.
Yep,
Okay.
it worked really good last year. I thought so, you guys, and everybody helped when, you know, a lot of people moved the barricades, so we didn't have to get out and do it, so.
Okay, and lineup is at 5:30
Yep,
and,
and then we'll shut the lights off on Main Street too.
okay.
Hey, Mary,
Awesome.
lineup is actually at 5:15.
Oh, 5:15 is lineup.
Yep,
Okay.
starts at 5:30.
And I know some people have already started on their floats, working on this, so, yes. 4-H kids have, so, okay, so do we need to approve this route?
Yes.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the Parade of Lights route and street closure on December 12th?
So moved.
Okay, Dennis moved.
Second.
And Kelly seconded. Any other questions or concerns? All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay, that bring,
Can I make one other comment?
okay,
Parade of Lights is on Tuesday, 5:30, December 12th. And if the weather's terrible, which I hope it isn't, there's an alternate date the next week, same time, Tuesday.
good to know. We're not having bad weather though this year,
Thank you.
right? So, yeah.
I
Okay.
appreciate it.
I appreciate you know that. All right. That brings us then to item 15. I want to remind you of the Sheriff Mueller's Community Engagement Meeting, November 29th at 5:30, will last about an hour. It is an opportunity for community members, public, to come in and visit with the deputies. The new sergeant will be here and stay longer if you'd like, but it won't go past 1 hour. Also, I wanted to mention that appreciation for Kelly and her crew. She's out decorating already.
My crew, my sister.
Well, okay, the three amigos or whatever, okay, but it looks wonderful already. And thank you for taking time to do that and advantage of the new or the good weather. Also, Echo Valley, I visited with those gentlemen today, and they were doing seeding grass, finishing touches. Their final inspection is going to be next week. So Garrett graciously put up some barricades on both ends of that Echo Valley Drive, so people would not drive on it until they get their final inspection. And they're moving their equipment's ready to move. They've already sent some things out. Is that true? Anything else that you noticed, Garrett, when you were out there tonight?
There was a few little things that I saw, but it's nothing big, that just a little
Well,
cleanup and.
Yeah,
But-
we'll be doing a walkthrough
Yep.
next week, so
Yep.
that's all good.
So,
And then Stan, this would be a good time. Do you want to visit with us about, what your research about the Kerstead, winter wheat lease at the airport? Do you want to share that with us?
Sure. I did talk with Kent and it is planted to winter wheat. So the city wouldn't be able to take over till after harvest in 2024. And he had no problems with that and kind of made the comment that probably be best to have that into alfalfa anyway. So I really didn't ask him, but I assumed that we could probably get him to, or whoever with his group, to probably spray it after the winter wheat's been cut, and so it goes into the winter weed free and so forth.
Okay. All right, okay. Thank you for doing that for us. Okay, that's all I have for tonight. Carolyn, would you like to update us on your National League Conference?
Yes, well, I had another update too, just from the last meeting when Travis Hershey from the Meat and Hunt indicated holding off on mailing those checks because we hadn't received the prior reimbursement. We have received that now, so the checks have been mailed. And we are kind of back on track with the reimbursement now on the airport project. So I just wanted to give you that information. And yeah, it was a great experience to attend that NLC conference. Huge, 4,000 people in attendance.
Wow.
The footprint of the facility where we attended was about, like, if you added 3 more of the Monument Civic Center that we have in Rapid. I mean, we walked, but friendly people, just, you know, and there was like about 10 from South Dakota that attended. So we had a supper one night for that the district league put on. Rapid City, Brookings, and Sioux Falls, and well, and then some of the sessions that I attended was, of course, the younger generation, I'm sure, is very familiar with this, but this was a new thing to me. They called it AI, and I was like, that to me is like in cattle. But anyway, just saying, it's how I grew up. It's called artificial intelligence. So it's a platform that you would use through Google. I didn't get enough information because I think they thought most people in attendance probably already was aware of this, and
It's a huge topic of conversation.
yeah, I mean, every session there is somehow referenced the AI and stuff,
Amazing.
you know. Probably not something I'm gonna get right into, but I think it's gonna be the thing at one point. And there was a session on drones that they use for first responders in the bigger cities to alleviate law enforcement going to something that is happening first before they send a full force over there, and just maybe make sure that there's nothing, you know, real serious. And that was kind of interesting. Of course, that, although I guess Rapid City does have a drone.
They do, I've seen them.
Have you seen them?
We've been to accidents and they launched the drone to take, you know, pictures of the scene, tire tracks and
Right.
stuff like that, so.
Yeah, so that was kind of
And they
interesting.
do use them in wildfire too, quite a
Okay.
bit in the hills, so, yeah.
Interesting, yeah. They had a couple of general sessions. the UL standards and engagement that we see on electrical things, you know, that was something that they talked about. That was kind of interesting. And I tried to stay up with the emails and also reviewing the minutes and getting them sent to publish. So I didn't attend all the conference or the sessions, but there were like probably 15 sessions all at the same time from like 9 till 10 that you could attend, and you had to pick which ones and that. And so it was very eye-opening, but very, very interesting. Something that I just, because we talk about it here, there's 11 cities in South Dakota that do the home rule, which is how they make their decisions. I am just not fully aware of that, and I attended a session there hoping to get a little more information. But they really ended up talking more about how there's some legislation that's going through down in Texas that is really going to harm the home rule towns that work. So they said to be aware that don't let legislation come in and do that kind of thing. But really interesting people that we network
Carol.
with.
Just what's home rule?
It's a way of managing you kind of have your own statutes or codified law and stuff that you don't have to purposely follow all of what's there, is what I understand of it.
Like for an individual or?
No, for a municipality.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
and let's see, there's something else I was going to comment on. I lost it in my notes here. Must not have been anything, but yeah, just very interesting. A lot of it didn't pertain to us, but I attend conference here locally that things that they focus on for the bigger Rapid City and Sioux Falls doesn't really pertain to us either. So, but it was a great experience. So I really appreciate you guys allowing me to attend, and that the municipal league asked me to attend. So felt very fortunate.
Okay, very good. All right, anything else this evening?
No, that is all.
Okay, so Garrett, please.
Got an update on the skid steer. After one meeting, I called the salesperson there and asked if they'd be interested in our backhoe that we don't use anymore. So he came down to look at it and offered us $17,500 for trade-in, which if we traded our Bobcat skid steer and that cat backhoe, that takes the new skid steer down to $46,722.97. And I talked to a few people that, deal with that equipment, and they said that, farmers and ranchers usually like to buy them. They buy them pretty quick, but they think it's a decent price, and you could be sitting on it for a while and not get rid of it. And this way it's gone, and
I think that's more than what we gave for it, isn't it?
it is.
It is.
I looked that up. We actually gave 15 for it.
So I thought it was a pretty good deal too, and they're like, you don't see backhoes hardly anymore. They just use mostly the ranch, but
Yeah.
so yeah, I just wanted to bring that up and just kind of make sure that Carolyn found a place to take the money from. And then I talked to the salesman the other day, and he's gonna draw up a purchase agreement. And then what did I say? Had $375, I think, for the shipping, or to bring it down and then take our, which is
Garrett, what was the amount you got for the backhoe?
$17,500.
Awesome.
So, yeah, no, they were excited to look at it. It's
So can we do a motion based on that so that we could move ahead
I think.
and
that
do this
we're good.
before the end of the year, especially since we've already addressed it?
Work in this year's budget.
So what are your thoughts? Is this something that we want to do then, or?
I'd make that motion that we trade in the backhoe and the Bobcat. and move on with getting the new Bobcat.
Okay,
Before it's out.
okay, Jerry has moved
Second.
and Dan is seconded. Any other questions or concerns?
I just think it's awesome that you thought of trading in the backhoe too.
Yeah,
And not using the piece of equipment.
yeah, and they said they normally don't allow 2-for-1 deal, so, I mean, he's already got it sold, I'm sure, so he mentioned the guy called, so. It's win-win for
Yeah.
all of everybody.
Yes, and that's an okay. Okay, any other thoughts or concerns? Okay, all those in favor of moving ahead in trading in both the backhoe and the skid steer, is that right, or Bobcat? Gotta get that, okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right,
Thank you. And so then, little update on the Stratton building. We've been working on it quite a bit. Just doing repairs that we probably should have done a long time ago. We got the roof all fixed and took loose nails out and put in screws and sealed up some cracks. We got all the water damage inside the apartment, we got it all sheetrock. The ceiling's all sheetrock, taped and textured. We just textured this morning, so. So I'm off tomorrow and Trevor and Gary are gonna prime and paint the ceiling, and so we're moving on pretty good over there.
Garrett showed me it this afternoon. It looks good.
yeah,
So
if the deputy doesn't take it, I think there'd be no issue with someone else.
I don't, yeah.
Yeah, they are doing a great job.
and it's kind of fun to do something different. So yeah, so we should be done.
So you're saying you're out for hire then?
No. Let's see, we had a resident that hadn't paid their water bill for a while and, we couldn't shut it off. The curb stop didn't work, so I rented TDM's, hydrovac. So what it is, it's got like a pressure washer and a vacuum. And so you can just kind of bore around it and sucks all the mud out. And, we ended up getting down to it, found out the old curb stop had been pushed to the side by a tree root. And I just touched it and it fell, it was so rusty, it fell apart, so we got a new one on and got that taken care of, so. I think it's, I think in the near future, I think the city should probably look at getting one of those too, because they're pretty handy for locating in, you're digging with your mini and you find a water main and you hit it, you can just pressure wash and it's just safer and saves you money too, I think, so.
What would something like that?
I don't know what they cost, but
Not cheap.
no.
Really? Okay.
No, but they, by the time, if you figure, your mini operator makes lots of mistakes and gets water pipes and stuff.
But
So.
you don't run that. It's not you.
But anyways, yes,
Question, how many businesses and residents don't have a curb stop?
I made a list the other day and I think there's one resident and one business that does not have a curb stop, or we don't know where it is. And I think there was 10 on the list total of that needed to be repaired or fixed, so.
Well, you got it down.
Yeah.
Quite
I
a
got a
bit.
list, so, and we'll work on it, and that, and I showed Mary too the deal, and it's like, it's right by a tree, we wouldn't have been able to get, we probably would have killed the tree to make the hole big enough to do it, and, some of them are in the middle of driveways, it's just kind of, it's not just go change something out real quick, it's, it takes some work, but I think that's a pretty easy way to fix it with that hydrovac where you do this, and then you just spin the new top on.
So the water is shut off.
Yep. And so, we can rent that again from Todd and we want to get some other ones. We got time and we ran into complications with all the tree roots and stuff to get around.
Well, I was grateful you didn't use the idea of lowering the person down there too. That
Wow,
was a good
that
move.
was plan B. First new guy was gonna get it. So, yep, there's that. So we're working on those. And then, Gary did take a wastewater test last week, Thursday, and the results take 10 to 12 days to come back. So I'll update you guys on that.
Okay.
When that comes back. About it, just waiting for it to snow.
I'm having second thoughts on my motion for that backhoe.
Oh, yeah.
Just clinch your, tie a rope to your man's feet and use the backhoe bucket to lower him.
Actually, they did that over here. When they did the parking lot, they forgot to hook up the sewer, so they just kind of dug a little hole and lowered the guy down on the. Yeah, I was like, I'm leaving.
We are not doing that, wait. Okay, any other questions or comments for Garrett then tonight, relative to his report? Okay, are there any items for discussion? Just a reminder to personnel that there's a meeting Monday morning, personnel committee.
Here's review.
8:15 or what?
Yeah, 8:15. Yeah, after Thanksgiving, Monday, yeah. Just putting it out there as a reminder, okay.
So do we want like at 8:15, us meet and then Gary comes in after we talk? Okay.
Okay,
Just want to
and
make sure, because.
that's Mike and Dan, that's on your calendars and you're still good with it, right? Okay, so any other announcements or items? Next council meeting is gonna be December 7th at 6:30 in the evening. And then that brings us to item 20.
I make a motion, that we go into, we need to discuss, what are we going into?
Executive session.
Executive session, that popped in my mind, I said, that's not right. Okay, executive session for discussion on legal personnel issues according to SDCL 1-25-2.
Hey, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Alright.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, Garrett, I'm sorry to get you out of here so early.
Yeah, I know, it's horrible.
Okay, I'll call an executive session out, and do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we allow Carolyn Anderson to carry over vacation hours over the 240. She has approximately 105 hours over that now, and she's gonna try to get that down, but allow her to carry them over to 2024.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to allow Carolyn to carry over unused vacation time. Any other questions or concerns? All those in favor say aye.
Alright.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, is there any other business that needs to come before the council tonight? Hearing or seeing none. Stan, anything from you?
No,
Stan? No.
Nope.
Okay, right. I've been kind of ahead of you every time and I apologize for that. Okay, I will call the meeting adjourned. Look at that, 45 minutes.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow,
Happy
very
Thanksgiving.
impressive.
exciting.
You should go to Arizona more often, I guess.
Yeah, maybe it's, I don't think it's me that caused them to be.